We return once again then to the home of British motorsport and the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone, and it's time for the British Grand Prix. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of the Silverstone circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, but the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Gardner. They've got that grid penalty to worry about, of course, which puts them on the back foot from the get-go.
It's unfortunate, but it happens to everyone at some point. You just have to accept your fate, knuckle down and get on with the business of making up that deficit during the Grand Prix. So they'll be pushing hard today. One to watch for sure.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Norris, Stroll, Albon and Esteban Ocon, Kvyat, Raikkonen, Pierre Gasly and Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Sainz, George Russell and Sergio Perez. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Grosjean, Alesi, Latifi and Gardner. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Boys, welcome back to another JDM racing video. We're at the back of the grid, fellas. We took, you might have seen there on the graphic, there's 110 places that we took. We did qualifying. A lot of the parts that we were running on our engine were very worn. I thought we might be able to sneak and get away with it, but absolutely not. We were massively underpowered. We've slipped a little bit behind on development compared with the other cars around us as well, so we're back down in maybe 9th or 10th place in the R&D race. So we're down with Williams, in between sort of Williams and Haas. So that's a real problem. So I was expecting us to kind of be a little bit more off the pace this weekend, which, yeah, proved to be the case. So I just thought, well, we've qualified in 21st place, and that was even after trying a couple of runs on softs. Couldn't get the car to work. So I just thought, well, we're in 21st place anyway, we may as well just fit brand new engine parts and try and go for it in the race, being as it's our home race. See what we can do from there and just cross our fingers and hope for the best. There's literally nothing to lose, so, you know, just get on with it. It's encouraging though that Alesi's plonked himself in front of us, only by a place, but he did actually out-qualify us on merit, so got to give him that. So that was good, and yeah, I really don't know what's going to happen in the race, to be honest. We just got to hope for the best. Maybe hope for mixed weather, even. Mix things up a little bit. See if we can get a strategy call right and maybe come in and get some inters if it rains and get ourselves up that way as well. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to just mixing it up with some of these guys and see if we can move our way up the grid. And I mean, I'd like to say points is maybe a possibility, but that might be a bit of a stretch today given where we are with the car. So we'll give it a go, see what we can manage. Pretty much a stock strategy, nothing too fancy with that. Softs onto mediums after 7 laps. Let's have it. There we go. Let's get the boost on. There's our teammate. Again, just going to be cautious in there. Might try one up in here, see if we can get behind Giuliano. Put the squeeze on the Williams. He's coming back at us. Give it a little boost. See if we can't get in this slipstream. That's crazy, crazy stuff going on in there. Don't want to get involved with that too much.
That's a decent start. Good job.
Give it another ERS boost down the back. Williams is behind us. Look at these guys side by side in here. Is Lacey squeezing him out? He is. Good boy. We're going to have a little cheeky boost here. See if we can piggyback. Thank you, Sunshine. Move out the way for your team leader. Thank you. I was thinking about having a look then. Too far back. See if we can get a bit of field spread going on now. No DRS yet. Too early for that. George Russell's driving out of his skin in 18th place. We're going to use our engine boost again for overtake.
Okay, good work. Great pass. DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Lovely. Just getting that detection zone then on this Haas. He's got DRS as well though. That's annoying. Should come at him around the outside. Not really. It's Grosjean as well, he's a nutter. You never quite know what he's going to do. So lose so much aero. It's crazy. Three wide. That's crazy. And he's still coming back down the outside.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Hoping if we can get clear air now, we start to pull a bit of a gap. It's just getting that clear air is the problem. Looks like there's some pit stops going on.
Gap ahead is 6.0 seconds.
Looks like we've actually broke the DRS lock with Magnussen. Looks like the Haas teammates are having a scrap between themselves.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
I'm pushing, Jeff. I'm pushing as fast as my little legs will carry me. Weather report.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Alright then, Jeff, you let me know if anything changes. Yeah, these tyres have had it. Feels like the slowest pit lane in the world. Let's make it a good one.
Go. Exit now. We're racing on the exit. Release.
2.9.
Release.
Not bad, boys. Could be better. Could be worse.
After these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound.
Got to back out in front of Grosjean and Russell. That's our main concern.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy.
I am, Jeff. Goodness sake.
Giuliano is in the pits. Giuliano in the pits.
28.1, is he for real?
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
is me trundling around in 19th place. 16th place. It's turned into a lonely race all of a sudden. I feel like we're catching these guys up a little bit.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.4 seconds.
It's coming down.
We're leading our teammate by 5.1 seconds.
That's a massive long stream of cars up there.
This is your final lap of the race.
Well, it's encouraging that the rate at which we drop the Haas
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm massively impressed with 16th place, but considering where we were at the start, that's not so bad.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
Vettel got up on the podium as well.
So let's review the updated driver's standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Gardner. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern-day Formula One.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Fortunately for us, Racing Point didn't score any points either, so our bad weekend wasn't really capitalized upon by our rivals. AlphaTauri have sorted themselves out a little bit as well, as have Alfa Romeo, with Kimi Raikkonen getting a couple of points in there. The Williams looked a little more racy, I suppose, in the early parts of the race, but I mean, poor old Nicholas Latifi down there, so off the pace. Russell was mixing it up. You can see there with K-Mag. He didn't finish. They were kind of within a second of each other at the end. Alesi and Perez squabbling as well. So I mean, we were starting to catch up with Sainz towards the end, but yeah, I mean, it was never gonna. It was catching him was one thing, but then actually getting past him was going to be completely another. But as the race sort of wore on, I felt like our race pace was actually quite consistent and quite good. But I mean, it was only good enough for 16th, so I mean, we've got a lot of upgrades to do, to be honest. In terms of the championship, Lewis's win sort of brings him back into play with alongside Vettel, so those three, Bottas, Vettel and Hamilton up the top, are the three battling for the title. I mean, it's pretty academic. I'm not too worried about where I come in the Drivers' Championship. I suppose top 10 would be nice based on where we are right now, if we could maintain that to the end of the season, but again, I'm not too worried about that. I suppose our main rivals, Racing Point, it would be nice to beat Stroll and Perez, and even if that's outside the top 10, and but just beating them. Like if maybe Ocon and Norris come past me in the table, I don't mind. And as long as, yeah, in the constructors is the main thing, and as long as we stay in front of Racing Point, I can't believe AlphaTauri have got only 2 points. That seems a bit crazy to me. But we're hanging in there in 6th place, so we can't afford too many more weekends like this one, though. That's all I will say. So we'll look at the highlights, if there are any. Maybe from the early part of the race. That's where we got a lot of our overtaking done, even though I was being very cautious at the beginning. Didn't want to take our teammate out, to be honest. I saw Alesi up there, and I didn't want to run up the side of him and take him out. Went for a blue and red themed helmet for the Union, as close to like a Union Jack themed helmet as I could get for this weekend. just as a little nod for the home Grand Prix. It will be getting switched back. That was a little cheeky on-board shot there. Not really much going on, but it was nice to see. We're having a nice tussle with, I think this was George Russell. It must have been Russell because Latifi was, I think, getting out and pushing his car. That's how fast he was going. This was the move on Grosjean, I think. Was that two Haas's there together? Oh, this was the 3 wide, yeah. Grosjean first and then K-Mag. And squeezing K-Mag on the exit. Across the line behind Sainz, 16th place. Very anticlimactic.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. It made it look easy. You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy?
Foot to the floor, the power unit can take it.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
This was for the fans, Claire. I always put on a good show.
It looks like your rival bested you today, doesn't it?
His car was performing better today.
Appreciate your time.
No problem, Claire. So we did get beaten by Esteban. He's just pipping us now in the rivalry race. We got a hefty chunk of acclaim boost there. We are getting a nice combined acclaim boost with both of our totals. 700k from race bonuses. Nice.
Morning, boss. This week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
Thanks, Carl. We've actually got a good amount of money now and a good amount of acclaim that we will be able to get a third sponsor. So I think that one's probably a bit ambitious, and that one. Points positions, given where we are currently with R&D, that's going to be a bit tricky. Complete a weekend without colliding with another vehicle. That's quite a lot of money, but that's also quite hard to do. Let's check these a bit further down. Out-qualify your rival, that's going to be hard. Score more points than the team directly above you in vehicle performance comparison. Laps in practice. Four interview questions. I mean, that's easy money. Top 12 as a team. I mean, that's not a lot of money though. Easy. I mean, it's guaranteed money, but complete a race with no DNFs in the team. Again, that's decent money for a fairly easy thing. Score 1 constructor point during a race weekend. $100 laps during a race weekend. That's, I mean, that's a lot of money, but that's also a lot of laps. I don't know if we'd be doing that many laps with the 25% race. Earn driver of the day. Now, I do quite often get driver of the day. So I think driver of the day could be one. A clean race could be another one. Fastest lap's not going to happen. Top 14 finish. I think two interview questions during a race weekend. That one's doable as well. So I think, I think driver of the day is a definite doable one. That's a decent sized bonus on it as well. Yeah, we'll go with that one. I'm confident I can get a driver of the day. Let's put it on here. Savant. There we go. We've got TriStar, G'day Canuba XXY, Savant, and another TriStar. Filling those sponsors out. That was the state of our engine beforehand. Lots of yellows pieces in there. No R&D points, but we have got a couple of aero pieces coming, and the MG UK going to be improved on. Activities, let's set up. Funded team event. Let's spend a bit of cash and get everybody's percentages up. We'll do some weight training for Giuliano. We'll do a sponsor event to get some acclaim. And we'll do another bonus durability. Team building. So we'll get all of those done, and then it will be time for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Pretty uneventful race, but I think we've got, you're going to get those races from time to time. We're still a small team. We still are struggling to keep up with the R&D pace of the teams around us, because we are a minnow team. We're still trying to get our funding, still trying to get those sponsors in, still trying to build our acclaim. So I'm hoping that even though we're lagging behind a little bit at the moment, we will start to improve as those bottlenecks open up, as we start getting more cash and resource points. So yeah, stick in there, stick with us, and we will come good as my avatar does practice laps around Monaco on the simulator. So thanks for watching the video. Like if you did like, subscribe if you haven't already, tell your friends, stay safe, be cool, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!